There is a big debate between which school is wide receiver university in college football. Is it LSU or is it Ohio State? Both schools have produced so much NFL talent over the past decade at the wide receiver position, and this year is no different. Each of these schools have multiple wide receivers who could be potentially game-changing players at the NFL level. One of those players is Buckeyes wide receiver Emeka Egbuka, a player who has been statistically fantastic over the past couple of seasons, but how will he fare at the NFL level? That is something we will be talking about in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to this channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and let me know which players you guys would like to see me talk about in the next one. I have a bunch of these planned and coming during bowl season and into the off season as well, so stay tuned. But without further ado, let's get into it. Emeka Egbuka really burst onto the scene for Ohio State in 2022. A lot of the attention went to Marvin Harrison Jr., and rightfully so, but Egbuka had a very productive year in his own right. He had 74 receptions for 1,151 yards and 10 touchdowns on the season for the Buckeyes, and he played a huge role for Ohio State's offense that year. In 2023, however, he has not been as productive as people were hoping, in large part due to an injury. He has only amassed 35 receptions for 452 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. While it hasn't been the ideal year for him, we got to see the upside that he has last season, and he's got incredible upside at the wide receiver position. The first thing that sticks out with Egbuka for me is his quick first step off the line of scrimmage. Egbuka has incredible quickness and acceleration off the line, and he uses that to find himself open. He may not be the most elusive or electric player in the open field, but he is able to use his speed and his quickness to help him create space and get open. He has excellent speed and immense upside in that regard. I also love Emeka Egbuka's ability in zone coverage. He does an amazing job of finding the soft spots in the zone and turning around and making himself available for the quarterback to throw him the football. He has amazing abilities in this area, and he is also a very sharp route runner as a whole. He breaks in and out of his routes with anticipation, and he has a very established and large route tree. He uses his quickness, his instincts, and his quick and light feet to create separation and break out of his routes, which are all excellent things to see from Egbuka. Egbuka also has a really strong build at 6'1", 205 pounds, which is a very solid frame and build for a wide receiver. He is also a guy they like to get the ball to in the open field, and he's able to make a play. Egbuka has incredible speed, and he's rumored to run in the low 4.4s or even in the 4.3s. He's got incredible speed, and I absolutely love that for my wide receivers. There are a few things that I'm not in love with about Emeka Egbuka. For one, he is not the most physical wide receiver in the world. Despite having a larger catch radius, he does not do an incredible job at catching contested balls and going up and get it when he is covered by the corners. It is a big area of his game that I would like to see improve because it is so important to be able to have that trait at the NFL level, and it's just something I haven't seen a ton from Egbuka. Egbuka is not an outside receiver in my opinion. I think he is better suited as a slot receiver at the next level. He just isn't the most physical receiver, but in man coverage, he has not shown the ability to consistently win down the field. While he has quick feet, is a sharp route runner, and has great speed, he struggles to consistently create space when being guarded in man coverage, and this is a huge area I want to see improve with him. For some reason, he just isn't that elite separator that I want to see, and it's a bit concerning from him considering he has all of the tools to do that, he just hasn't been able to piece it all together. I like Emeka Egbuka. He is a really good wide receiver, but a down 2023 season has moved him down my board just a bit, and I don't love his inconsistencies in man coverage. I still think he is going to be a very high pick, but he is my wide receiver 7 in the 2024 draft and my number 34 overall player. I think Egbuka is a very scheme versatile weapon. I think you could put him anywhere on the football field and he would have a chance to succeed. while I do think he would play better in the slot, he has the size to play on the outside at the next level. Egbuka is also a really good run blocker, so he could play in a heavy run offense as well. I think an offense with a lot of pre-snap motions and vertical routes would be best for Egbuka, and an offense that would allow offenses to be a little bit creative with how they use Egbuka, get him the ball in space, in the backfield, and see what he can do with the football in his hands. My player comparison for Emeka Egbuka is Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju is often the product of a lot of memes and a lot of TikToks, but he has been a very solid weapon over the past few seasons in Kansas City and in Pittsburgh, and while he hasn't had the greatest season in New England, he is still a very unique weapon. Both of them have very solid speed, similar size, and neither are the most physically imposing wide receivers in the NFL either. They both can be used as gadget-type weapons, and I actually think Juju's a really good comparison for Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka is a very fun prospect. He has elite speed and is a sharp route runner, and if he can piece everything together, there is no doubt he is going to be an elite player in the NFL. Ultimately, he's going to get selected high because of the school, because of the pedigree, and he's shown he can be a very good wide receiver. And I think Emeka Egbuka will be a first-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.